Alright guys, today on Tactical Takedowns, I got two options that are going to help you guys drag and trip your opponent into getting that top position at the beginning of the match. Check it out. Alright guys, today we got two new options for you guys based on different grip sets in the standing position that are going to allow you to not only drag but also trip your opponent as you're taking them to the ground. So we're going to jump right into it. Alright, so the first one, we're going to call this a punch drag, okay? So basically, I'm going to have my opponent's lapel on the same side of my hand, and I need to have a dominant grip on their hand here, all right? None of these takedowns work if they've got their grip on me here, so if this winds up happening, I'll make sure I break that grip off and I can go right into it. Now, as far as the grip on this side, I don't care if he has my sleeve, I don't care if he has my outside elbow. The only thing I can't have him have is the inside grip right here. This is not going to work very effectively if he can lift up his elbow, so I need to make sure that I have the inside dominant grip, okay? So now that we've got the grip set, now we're going to go right into the takedown, all right? So if I just try to drag my opponent from here, right, I'm going to get a lot of resistance, okay? Because when I start to try to pull anybody this way, they're going to try to pull back against that. So getting them off balance is key here, all right? So instead of just trying to drag them directly into this, what we're going to do is we're going to punch them in the opposite direction, okay? So I've got this collar right here. So what I want to do is I want to move him one way first, okay? So I do that by punching with this hand and pulling with this hand. All right, when I feel the reaction that comes off of that is when I'm going to go into this takedown. Okay, so basically we're doing an S-sit like we did in our last video. I'll put a link to that video up here. All right, and instead of going into the S-sit, I'm going to actually elongate my leg to try to trip the opposite leg instead of just going in between his legs. If I miss it and wind up in the S-sit, I'll still be successful with this. However, I do want to actually trip him in this one. Okay, so I'm here. I've got my dominant grips, okay? So I punch him in this direction. When I get that counter reaction from him, I'm going to trip with the opposite foot, and I'm going to come up and then start to dominate from there. Okay, so you want to make sure that the flat bottom part of your foot is reaching the front part of his foot here to help you trip that, okay? So one more time. I'm going to do this a little bit more full speed, okay? So I got this here, punch, trip, and I'm able to come up from there, okay? So use your opponent's reaction to get that based on there, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to be playing with him and you're going to be pushing, right? So I'm going to be pushing, so because he's not going to want me to do that, so he's going to push back into you. And then you're just going to, from there, be able to do it based off of his reaction. And I think you guys are going to have super success with that one because we're using a misdirect in order to get him to do what we want him to do anyway. So you guys give that one a try, right? And I've got a great one on the next one, so make sure you watch it. All right guys, the next takedown that I'm going to show you guys is going to be based off of me not being able to dominate my opponent's grips. Every time we go into stand up, of course, we want to dominate grips, but it doesn't always happen. So I'm going to go into my basic grip set. My opponent gets a grip, I break that grip off, and he re-grips with the other side, okay? So we're able to hit this takedown by just dominating this one grip right here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 4-finger seam grip right here on the back of his elbow. I want to make sure that I'm on the back of the elbow so that when I flare it up, I have control of the arm, okay? So I've got these grips right here. So now we're going to go into the exact same takedown that we did last time. I'm going to be tripping his outside leg here, but when I do it this time, I'm going to punch his hand in, and this is going to prevent him from having a post when he goes to get taken down. Okay, so I'm here, and I'm just going to sit here, and then that's going to allow me to get the advantage in coming right up, right as he's controlling my grip. I can come up and start to dominate him from there. Okay, so one more time. All right, so we break our opponent's grip off, boom, he gets a grip back. I'm just going to get this elbow grip here, and I'm going to go immediately into my sit. So sit, trip, and I come up, and I can start to dominate my opponent from there. Okay, so that's two ways that you're going to be able to take down your opponent, either dominating your grips or based off of his grip set, you're still going to be able to get those trips. So you guys give those a try. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you guys on the next one.